What is this? What is this? Ask a bash person. Alright.
So, is every
The
sexual
flying pig.
experience an orgy?
Oh,
Yes.
of
I'm
course.
so
Sure.
exhausted. No, you
Sarcasm buttered with some bash. What is this? Wow, you're are you are you from the future? Are you emulating some alien being that has avatar hair? What's going on? Are you from a different timeline? Oh, you're the Palladian. Oh, you're just a unicorn child. Oh, smashed.
know how hard it is to plan an orgy?
And orgies are not that common. I've been to one, and most of the time I spent there was in the corner eating Oreos.
Wow. So right off the bat, just like throwing just cold cuts against some cold brick wall in the alleyway, just slamming it, and it just kind of crawls down like a slinky upon itself and rolls down the vertical wall because it's just so slimy and just sticking to it. And immediately they go to that, just smash, do orgy all the time. And then this guy's, no, not all the time. They're relentlessly rare. Really. Yet they're just blasted in pornography, in movies, in mainstream media, in the sense of what is perceived to be the wave. You're floating with it. And even if you think yourself different and not a subscriber to that, you're still floating with it. Ask a polyamorous person about relationships. Amazing. Because polyamorous is all about relationships. Or just smashing. Just smashing. Yes. Okay, so now they define it. A polyamorous person is often defined as someone in multiple romantic relationships. They might as well say they're just being passed around and tossed and bent and just contorted and slammed against you name it. It doesn't matter. It's just relentless friction and relentless bumping and thumping and just bouncing off in the bouncy ball castle and defiling yourself and others. Wow, who knew? But no, it's just someone with multiple romantic relationships. Right. So are they just swingers? What is it? Just trauma. It's trauma. And you might say, yeah, well, just because you're in a monogamous relationship doesn't mean it's trauma. You're right. Because basically everyone's in it for themselves. That's the ultimate trauma. And it doesn't matter if you're in a monogamous or polyamorous or whatever bash label you decide to throw your slimy, disgusting roast beef around and have it rub against some other disgusting roast beef, okay? It's just filth trying to make something with filth and calling it bash names, all while just smashing themselves relentlessly against a desk of some creative wood that they polished while smashed. All because you are creating yourself in your image in what you have determined and call life for yourself. And you're thinking yourself, it's just, a transcending, just blasting my consciousness. Just smashed into worship. The worship of some bash invisible hand that you're just guiding, you're letting it in and just letting it defile you and glamorously give you the rewards of some beauty, some fleshly, earthly beauty that you can say yes, smashed.
Why isn't one person enough? By that logic, you should only have to have one friend.
I have friends who I'm just
Oh, by that logic, you should just have one friend. Exactly. These people have no idea what love is. No idea. They see it as multiple bash levels of love. But even then, why are they putting on the same level a friendship and a lover? Using your own bash philosophy. A lover and a friend, are they the same? No. Because you're having sex with one and not the other. And who knew that that sex actually is very significant in what that actually is doing opposed to a friend. So you saying, well, isn't one person just enough? This person back saying, well, am I just supposed to have one friend? Smashed. Who knew you probably have zero friends? Because the people that consider friends, wow, who knew that it's just based on the love of the world, based on the ways of the world, which is, you guessed it, void love, vacant love, the type of love in its own bash creative definitions that means nothing. It turns on you on a dime. It smashes and dashes on. And as long as it has some sort of emotional reward in what you call love, uh, it will be some sort of thing that you worship. But the minute that that goes somehow not in your favor, or you don't feel emotionally secure about somehow, then you just dash it. I'm not in love with you. I just don't love it. It's the fire's not there anymore. Yeah, because what they call fire is just lust. Just the friction. Just the different ways. One person just gets boring. That's why I need relentless friends to entertain me. Ha 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 ha. What is a friend anyway? You have no idea. Anyone who is void, thinking that they are alone, without the love of the Father, without life, of course they're going to search and stray. Follow whichever scent they think is going to be delicious. And who knew that they will invest externally in things that will inevitably turn on a dime on you and spin you and just spin, and they're just wormholes. There's sinkholes. For if you have no certainty, of course you're gonna seek it in others and call them friends. But that's why they need to be in line with what you worship, which usually means you surround yourself with yes men all the time, circle jerkers, blindfolded, blind, just going by emotion. There's no truth, because truly, it's either kinship or not. Meaning, if you truly are not searching to have the perfect relationship or the perfect relationships and have that fulfill your life, because you have the love of the Father, then whatever bond or whatever interaction you may have with another person truly becomes that. What is it in the flesh that can truly be a transfer, an impact in a sense of, wow, okay, do you see? What do you see? And for there to be a commonality in worship, not in the ways of the world, but in the way of the certainty of life. Wow, who knew? And whether a person agrees with you or not, well, be it so. They will most likely get angered and then move on in their own life. Fine, be it so. So, what is a friend? You need multiples of, fractions and fractals of friends, do you? For what purpose? For what purpose? The true significance of brethren, meaning brothers and sisters, wow, is to share a worship, to share the glory in worship of the wow, who knew, of the love of the Father, of the protection of the truth, and of the way shown by the parent, the mother and father. Who knew? Oh no, but no, it has to be some fleshly, just carnal, just holes, and just filling the holes relentlessly. Oh, it's because the friction is just too good, and you gotta spice it up. You have every flavor of the week.
Like you
Smashed.
should only have to have one friend.
I have friends who I'm just Facebook friends with and friends who I would pick up from jail. It's not that one person isn't enough, it's that lots of people fascinate me.
So lots of people fascinate you, and so therefore you just have sex with them too, because that's the point. That's the point. Just to, if it feels good, do it, because you were taught false love, and who knew that a way that you think you are knowing someone is by just having sex with them. So are you using the biblical term of knowing? Yes, you are. You see, you're mocking. You're living a mockery of something very profound. Yet you make a mockery of it, saying, "I know so many people, and I just know so much of them because I just smashed them, and I had them inside, and it just felt enormous, and it was amazing." And it just smasheth and stretcheth, and relentlessly friction in and out, and just so glorious. And then just relentless friction everywhere, and it's just so amazing. I just worship the friction. Wow, exactly. As a match in cinder. You are the ashes that just relentlessly puffing and puffing and huffing and puffing, relentlessly trying to keep it alive. When you know what, you guessed it, you know that you worship death, so that's why you're just relentlessly puffing and just abusing the flesh as much as you can, because it just apparently feels so good. And now somehow you've associated with the worship of light, and yes, it's connected. Yes, the worship of light is the relentless friction. Yes, I must do it in and out, day in and out, and day in and out, as it goes in and out, and all twisted up in a knot somehow. And wow. But of course, it's about friends, and it's just so many fascinating people, and I just want to have all their fascinating p- fingers and pieces and inside of me and out, and me do it to them, and this, and taste all of them and their flesh and their fluids, and oh, it's just so amazing.
What's the difference between
Everybody has a different taste. I must taste it all. Smashed. See, what's the difference between
poly and cheating?
The difference between poly and cheating is that cheating is a violation of the relationship.
Polyamory.
wow, look at this. This is the stare of just stunned. Just stunned. Okay, just you can't you think you're looking one way and the other one is sort of in the same, but wow, it's just this person is a okay, this is the stare of stunned, but it also has a murmuring, just look, it's Ariel, okay? So it's the siren just calling out to you. Okay, it's a hypnosis spiral. Okay, it's a spiral evoking hypnotic siren just calling you to run aground, okay? Just wreck out on the shoals, okay? Just a smash. All because you were just enamored. Because what is this? The thinnest lips just glowing red. What is this? The cheating is a breaking of the relationship. Opposed to if you're just polyamorous, yeah, anything goes every day, even my clothes. It's smoking. It's smoking. I'm smoking hot because of the relentless friction. I'm overheated because you guessed it. I'm ablazed and I love it, and I just put it out because I just relentlessly orgasm and just put it out with all the fluids.
Is all about consensual discussion, being on the same page.
You make out with somebody else, that's part of the deal.
It's not about betrayal. It couldn't
See, that's part of the deal. Well, that's part of the deal.
be any different.
Is it due to your religion? You're thinking of polygamy.
Does it bother you that some people
Right, because your religion is polyamory, not polygamy. I don't want multiple wives. I want to sleep around. So, what is all this? Just smashing you with some bash, 50 Shades of Nothing, and 50 Shades of Red, apparently. Does it bother you that people don't know the difference? Is that what it's going to be?
don't know the difference
Oh.
between polyamory and polygamy? Most
Oh, Bash, she couldn't wait. She couldn't wait to now cast a spell and bash you.
definitely that bothers me. Polygamy, for the most part, one is more of a legal term. Two, it's more linked to religion. It's more about the man and some subservient women. Polyamory is egalitarian. Everyone has a voice.
What's the biggest
Oh, no, polyamory, it's Rome. Is Rome. Roma, Roma, Roma. And this person is just roaming around. Who knew? Who knew? Because the little purple box was roaming, relentlessly searching for things to match her up with. And now it's amazing. So, what is this? It's just amazing. Who knew? Egalitarian. Everybody has a say in consent and all this bash. Wow, no. It's a worship in just the flesh. All pleasures are a go, a relentlessly friction till you can't no more somehow. But then somebody else could do it for you and then smoke you again. Yes. Wow. Just smashed.
tool to help polyamory?
And of course, what is the biggest help? Oh, work. There's work. What's the biggest tool to help polyamory work? Okay, to be open, to be honest, to be upfront, smashed. And that's probably where it's going to go. But before move on, what this other smash said, yes, she doesn't want to be associated with religion and this and the law and this and that. No, exactly, because they are the somehow embodiment of rebellion against that. No, but it's just rebellion against life, okay? In the sense of they're creating their own bash image and laws and all this kind of thing, and even social etiquette and this, or any image of a notion of apparent acceptance or this, or everyone's just wanting to be accepted, just crying, just begging. And of course, the easiest way is to receive it in the flesh by opening their bodies to just any kind of affection or any transition of some sort of knowing that they think they're getting from all this smashed. And what are they really doing? Just bending and just tossing around and just getting salad and in and out, and this just nothing. They're getting just bacterial flushes and their swells and this and that and fluids in and out and just relentlessly washed in and out and purged and that and dried and this and that and this, and of course nobody cares. But nobody cares because they love it and they just smash themselves in their homes to this other smash. So what is going on? Just this relentlessly smashing, this lost friction based on a just smoking a blaze thing that is seen as somehow truth. Oh.
Communication.
Being honest. You have to
Oh, of course. They couldn't wait. They couldn't wait.
talk about what you think, how you feel.
Love and compassion comes first.
Love and did you forget light? Love and light. Love and light, sisters. Love and light, sisters. And you know this and that. Smashed. You don't even know what sisterhood is. Because you are the sisterhood, right? You are the sisterhood of witches and this and that, and of the empowerment of this and that and this and this and that. Wow, what is going on? No, it's life. Do you see it? No, you see some bash image that you're trying to educate and trying to smash into people. Just compassion. It's compassion. Everyone has the way they like to have things inside of them and put things inside of others. Everybody has a preference, so it just goes. And you just have to have compassion.
Is non-monogamy normal? I think maybe the question really is monogamy
Is non-monogamy normal? Why don't they just say, is polyamory normal? Or what are they saying? Of course, they had to just put it in some bash wordsmithing way, so now this person can just smash you.
normal? We can choose to be monogamous, just like we can choose to be vegetarian.
Oh, smash. No. It's trauma. Because who knew that, wow, a female and a male made you? Who knew? It was a man and a woman that made you. Call it whatever you want, but it's the reason why you're here. And it doesn't matter if you're raised in a one parent home or whatever, in the sense of, okay, that's the story. Yet, why is there all this bash imagery on now just being okay with whatever actions are taking place? Whatever, behaviors, whatever rituals are just relentlessly obvious all around you. Why is that all of a sudden the case? When you can say, okay, what is going on? What do you see? What is life? What is truth? What is the way? Do you see? Or do you just see with your own bash image filter? Meaning in your own trauma, in your own self guilt, and your victimhood of the 33rd degree, all aspiring to just transcend it, to square it. But no, you're staring into the mirror, just relentlessly smashing, and really just perpetuating the ritual that you were ritualized in. Who knew? What a shame. So now they're saying, wow, well, monogamy, is that normal? I mean, come on. It's obviously not normal. Come on, people, right?
But as Dr. Ryan says, that doesn't mean the bacon won't still smell good. It's okay
Oh, smashed.
to be non-monogamous as long as you do it in an ethical way that doesn't betray
Oh, as long as you do it in an ethical way that doesn't betray this flesh. What are you saying? Smashhood. So one day you're going to say, it doesn't even matter what you have sex with. As long as there's just cleanliness involved, there's a very humane process, and nothing gets hurt. Wow. What a shame. What a shame. What a shame. Because all of it is going to be done in the name of some bash love, some image of love that you are relentlessly going to identify. Anything that you identify is not love, okay? No. Love is only the love of the Father. It is the true love, unconditional love that you're all just relentlessly seeking from the world to no avail. It's futile attempt. And the moments you see it in another, it's going to smash you, inevitably. Because now you have invested some bash emotion that's eventually just being manipulated. It's to aspire to maintain some status quo, some permanence, and develop it, to grow it. Smashed. That's why these people just know that it's just the carnal, fleshly pleasures, and that yeah, they're gonna go for whatever feels good. It's like, oh, I feel like a big fat this today, and then you go get it. Or oh yeah, I just feel like a juicy this that. Go with it. No permanence, nothing. Just a fleeting thought. Just the thought that never was, but just does. It does you. It does you.
Betray anyone. Oh, how do you deal with jealousy?
In seriousness, jealousy is something we all deal with. We're jealous.
In seriousness, that's something we all deal with, right? We're all just jealous, right? Okay, what is jealous? Let's just look that up because it's interesting. It's interesting. Who gives a bash? What? Medieval Latin zealous. Zealous. Oh, zealous. What is this? Envious, covetous, resentful, grudging. Suspicious. Feeling or showing suspicion of someone's unfaithfulness in a relationship. Fiercely protective or vigilant on one's rights or possessions. Fiercely protective, okay, or vigilant of one's rights or possessions. Of God, demanding faithfulness and exclusive worship. Feeling or showing envy of someone of their achievements and advantages. Okay, that's the main one that is thrown around always. Or to be, if a partner thinks that they're threatened somehow by another person based on their beauty or this or that, okay, that's jealousy in the more modern way of seeing it, because nobody sees it as to protect something. Zealous. And what? That's just one pass. I mean, what is this? So many. What's this? What is this? Merriam-Webster. Whatever, Bash. What is this? Definition of jealous: hostile towards a rival or one believed to enjoy an advantage. Okay. Intolerant of rivalry or unfaithfulness. Interesting. Disposed to suspect rivalry or unfaithfulness. Vigilant in guarding a possession. Okay, so when people get mad because they say, oh, how can God, how can the Creator be jealous? How can He be jealous? Oh! Wow, it sounds like it's some bashed just thought. Because you worship the rivalry, that's why. That's why you think of jealous as some, you're playing God and saying, wow, that's somehow bad or good. No, well, it tells you the Creator is a jealous God, okay? Who knew? Why? Because He's intolerant of rivalry or unfaithfulness. Because anything outside of the worship of the Creator is, you guessed it, void. It's not real. It's truly just based in the image and what you think it is. That's it. That's why who knew that by being jealous, he's actually, wow, it's righteousness, okay? And he's vigilant and God, he wants and has spoken through his only begotten Son, okay? What meaning? Wow. There is everything. There's nothing new under the sun. And of course we are the witness. It's been finished. But now what are we walking? Are we vigilant in guarding the possession? Meaning the witnessing aspect of our flesh. That is truly the only thing that we have in this life, in that sense. There's nothing here to create in the sense of what you think creating is. You're thinking, wow, you're going to change the world. Wow, no. Only the Creator renews all things. It is for you to live. So do you live life, or do you live some bash image of what you think life is and relentlessly call it and relentlessly trying to better it and this and this and that and bashed?
Jealous of people in our industry, sometimes we're jealous of people in our family, but for some reason we consider sexual jealousy to be this insurmountable problem.
Insurmountable. Because who knew that sex isn't just something you toss around? Coming, okay, again, it's why you're here. It's why you're speaking and bashing, okay? Meaning it's not just some biological half ape bird bash mouse brain just that gave you. No. And what is in that representation? What is embodied in that dynamic, in that instruction, in that way? But no, you can just recreate it all and create artificials and this and this and that. So it doesn't really matter. It's just something that you do that feels good. Wow. No. In the same sense as wow, who knew that a creator would be jealous? But no, it has to be, oh, why is sexual jealousy unsurmountable? Why can't you just see past it, people, and just smash as many people as you can and just don't worry about it? Could it be that you know deep down that what you're doing is wrong? And therefore, when someone happens to have that feeling and they speak upon, say, listen, I feel like I really don't like it when you go and do this with other people and this and that. Or wow, who knew? It's because it is, wow, okay? You can just smash around it all you want and justify it all day. That's fine. But of course, you will never change life. It relentlessly brings forth, and you can call it whatever the bash you want and abuse it all you want. But who knew that there would be a generation when the truth is undeniable? And you can no longer hold yourself in the smoke and mirrors any longer. And all of the nasty depravity that has been going on will just smash. And of course, there will be those who will want to kill themselves but will not be able to. Who knew? For death does not exist, it's eternity. Life everlasting. Yet, is it the kingdom of the Father, the true promise of life everlasting that you saw and worshipped and lived in the flesh, meaning wow, you overcame and endured in in life, not for the rewards of the world or the love of the world, but in the glory of the Father. Wow, who knew? No, it couldn't be. No, no, no. Oh, but of course, eternity continues as well for the worshippers of their life and their pleasures and the rewards of the ways of the world and the false love of the world. And who knew in that moment is true justice, because the Creator is just and there is resolve in His creation, and all life is from His love, yet only the life that sees the true promise exists in the true promise. So who knew that the life, of course, it's a choice, and you don't have to just be bashed and not see it. Of course, you're bashed to not see it. So what do you see? Of course, the Creator knows your heart. So what is going on? What do you live?
Not.
Another thing that can help with jealousy is meeting any of your partner's potential partners. We blow up in our mind what they're like. We think that they're a supermodel or they're somebody that's out to get us.
I want great experiences
Right.
for my partner, and if that includes different lover, then I'm okay with that.
Does it
Then I'm okay with that. I want expansion of some sort from my partner. So if it involves her or him just smashing, I mean, at this point, it doesn't. Why call it polyamory? It's just they just want to smash, and of course they want to have maybe someone that they can maybe live with, or it's just so-called. That's my main hoe, or my main this, or my main this one. But why even do that? Are you that lonely that you can't be just alone? Of course, trauma. Just trauma. Relentlessly wanting to be filled somehow by someone else. And this is the most obvious way to do it.
bother you that people just don't understand? I am a bisexual plus-sized nightclub entertainer who grew up with two moms in Texas.
Wow. So, what part of that is supposed to be, a jaw dropper? None of it. It's just obvious. I mean, who knew that that's why this is what you're speaking and just, preaching? Who knew? So, what's going on?
I find it's best not to worry what other people think.
Do you have it?
I think it's best not to. So just don't worry about. Just mind your business and shut up. Just get in your car, go to work, and go back home, and then just fine. It doesn't matter. Just let people do whatever they want, and there'll be some just ways of ethics to just make it minimal so people don't get offended somehow. And it's just Candyland relentlessly forever, just smashed. All the while, the trauma is just screaming in your face, and you don't even see it. It's just it's just normal. It's just so progressive. It's the way of the world, and the world is so advanced, and just it's Gaia. It tells us what to do, and we're just relentlessly trying to save Gaia too. Smashed.
Any advice for young polyamorous people? My advice is to be honest, no matter what. Don't pretend.
Be honest. So why don't you say I'm terribly smashed. I have trauma. I don't know what love is. I don't know what life is, and I definitely just think there's multiple ways to happiness. Because who knows what happiness is, but I relentlessly chase it. That would be honest. Okay? But no, you're going to say be honest, be honest, be honest, meaning just tell people I'm going to sleep around on you. And if they're okay with that, awesome. If not, move on. Smashed.
Tend to be chill with things you're not chill with just because you want to be cool poly.
Reach out to different resources and just educate yourself. Take your instincts past just what you think is right and really listen to people who have done this for a long time.
Right. So listen to the sorcerers and the wizards of sexual arts, and you'll be fine. Smashed. Smashed. Whoever thought that this is actually, progressive or some sort of, modern, novelty. Oh, we're just so advanced and we're just so open and just so not in a box anymore. Smashed. You have no idea. And of course, the cheater or this or that or the other is just unfulfillment, just relentless insecurity, just weak. A weak person. A weak person who knew. All driven by resentment, anger, sense of control, manipulation. They want to just smash because they feel that they've ultimately been smashed. Okay? Of course, because they were bastardized into just accepting the love of the world, meaning, you guessed it, a false counterfeit that must be presented to you in order for you to not question what about the love of the Father, because you're trained out of seeing that and to seeing exactly the hypocrisy of the ways of the world. But it's because your parents worshipped the light and they sold into it, and they sold you into it as well. Because if you're born and you at least have the refuge of truth in the family, in the unit that bringeth life forth, brought you forth into life, who knew that that is it's a bond. It's a true it transcends. It's not even alchemy. You aspire to make fleshly alchemy in the sense of manipulation, smashing to do whatever thou wilt. So that's sorcery. All while selling, a notion of, oh, yes, my consciousness, I'm the alchemist. Oh, smashed. Because if there was a truly, the power truly is in the image manipulation, in the shape shifting of what you call generations. It truly generation is a program that is put into effect to just smash you. So what are the generations if not the word? Because if it was just a relentless word of the Father and life and the glory of it, generation is just life. What need of generations need it be if not just iterations of just bash? Perpetual Groundhog Day for this, that, the other, this and this and that and this, all hidden, and just transcribing you into something that you're not, but you believe it because at this point it must be true because that's your identity, that's all you know. So that's why you relentlessly just stick to it because it feels too good. The rewards that you have and to just rubbing yourself relentlessly now is just so liberating. You don't want to know that it's something not that. All while you just abuse what it is, ignoring what you think it is or not. It is smashed.
And figure out who you are and stay true to it. Don't try to change, and don't try to change other people.
Oh, so they're saying don't try to change, and yes, don't try to change others. Wow. Exactly. So just see you for what you are and just go with it and demand other people to worship you. And okay, you can probably worship others if you want, but they have to earn it and this and that and bash. Smashed. For what? Nothing. For just continuing on bumper car smashing of images, just relentlessly sparking against each other. And you call that light and love and somehow compassion. All while just, it's a bloodbath running over the children that you're just relentlessly, taking out of you and carving out of man and just staking out and putting them on skewers and just chopping them on dicing and slicing, all because they're just cells. And it's just amazing because you can slice and dice cells all day and look at them and cross section that and slice of that of the membrane and this and that and discombobulate this with this chemical and this protein and this enzyme, and wow, it's so amazing. Put them in gels and put little pulses of electricity through them, and it's so amazing, and it's just glowing and it's changing colors. And now you just put dust of this and dust of that, and wow, you make it just, you get this result, this, and now you blast it with light and look at what happens. Smashed. So the cup is in the ball and the ball is in the spoon and the person is drinking the milk. Who knew? And this person is just laughing. And at this point, it's a polyamorous mess of just bloodbath, okay? It's a polyamorous mess of just nothing. Because all the while, people are just bashing the word love around and this and that. I don't even think they mentioned the word love, but just relationship. Oh, because they have no notion what love is. They're creating just bash notions of what love is. It's just, love is as diverse as every fleshly thing I've put inside of me and I put in others. Smashed. We'll end it there.